Hey non-techies, it is time for another tech tutorial. It is Denise Nicole, your non-techie teacher. Today's tutorial is actually more of an FAQ. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here, welcome back. You have seen my system.io digital store videos where I show you how to create a new digital store. You can literally say bye-bye to stand store and beacons and any of those things. Start a digital store for free with system.io. So this video right here was kind of like my first response. It was my first reaction video. I just jumped in and started creating one. And then I made this video about a week later, going into a little bit more detail with some of the questions that I was receiving, showing you workarounds on how to get things done within the system as a result of some of the limitations that they have from the rollout. They're not complete. They're still working on it. So the reason I say this is an FAQ is because around the 17 minute mark, I go into my actual workflow automations as you see here on the screen. And I will definitely make sure that I tag or this video in the cards and description of this video that we're doing right now. But this video, I got the question from Safaria, I hope I'm saying that right. Can you do a video on how you did the workflow? And I was like, of course. So this is the actual workflow that I created. It is not activated. I'm going to go into edit just to kind of show you. I have updated what it says. The freebie, I changed my freebie. I kind of changed some things around. But what I'm going to do is instead of just going here and edit or delete, I am going to start a new one for you and show you how to set this up. So if you have been on my digital store or watched that digital store training, then you are aware DWA is a digital marketing course that I have available on my site. Resale rights, private label rights, those make sense to me. Being able to offer done for you templates to shorten the learning curve for people who want to do things. So this is actually how I got introduced to system.io. It was the main reason why I was setting things up in here. Since then, I am completely adopting system.io and using it for other things. But this particular workflow is for that. It's for a freebie called How to Make Your First 1K with Digital Products or Digital Marketing. And I'm going to walk you through, again, the workflow that I have created. That it's a 7-day email workflow for someone once they get your freebie and what your email marketing is going to do with them throughout that process. Now, I actually have some email templates that give you examples of emails to send, and the lead magnets don't work really well. I couldn't get them to work as well as I wanted to for this. The lead magnets email suggestions are more for like if somebody just subscribed, not like if they have a freebie, right? So I actually went to our good friend ChatGPT, right? No one has an excuse not to be successful in this day and age. If you don't know how to do something, you literally can just go to one of these artificial intelligence apps and figure some stuff out. The other thing, something that I will show you that I used to use before that was even a thing, if you go to growthtools.com and then you click on tools, you can go to something called drip scripts. You can enter your email address, and what you will see are new subscriber welcome. They have a list of, let me see if I can go ahead and get in here for you guys. Yep. Okay, I need to change my password. So this is not what I want to show you. These are all of the ones that I have ever looked at. Create a new sequence. Okay, so when you create a new sequence, it shows you the category of a type of sequence. New subscriber, webinar invite, product validation, code, subscriber re-engagement, product launch, post-webinar sales, or you can create a custom from scratch. So let's go to the new subscriber. What I always liked about this is that they had actual examples from like successful, entrepreneurs. And so you could come on here and say, oh, I have a business that's similar to Carrie Olsen. Let's see what her sequence is. And you can actually modify what she's done to what you are doing. So that's, just one little tool. Y'all know I like to give y'all updates on tools. But what I actually did for this one is I went to ChatGPT and I did this twice. I like to do my prompts more than once just because I like to see the different variations that they'll give you, and I usually take bits and pieces from each one. So in this one, the first prompt I did was write me a 7 email sequence to send after someone joins my list to learn how they can make their first $1,000 with digital products. The main offer is for them to enroll in my MRR digital marketing course. Okay. So there were some things in here that some of the emails in here I, liked, and I was like, oh, I could totally use this. I could totally edit this. So let's just see. Welcome and what's possible with digital products. Welcome. Your path to earning $1,000 starts here. Ready to dive into digital products, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But then as I was going through, I was like, that don't really speak for me. Like, I'm not really connecting with what that's saying. So I just reworded the actual prompt and I said, I have a free guide that shows people how to make their first 1K with digital products as a lead magnet in an online sales funnel. Write me a 7 email sequence to send after someone receives my free guide. The main offer is for them to enroll in my MRR digital marketing course. So, okay, here we go. Now, welcome in your first steps. Your guide is here. Start your 1K journey today. And then it's going to say, here's the body. So I like that over here, they actually gave us the subject and the preview text. So again, this is why I'm going to be using some elements from the first generation that they did and some elements from the other one. So if you have a question about what to write in these emails, definitely take advantage of ChatGPT. If you already have marketing emails, then you are already one step ahead of the game. Now, one thing I will say is to get started, we're going to come to automations and we're going to go to workflows. There are 2 ways you can send emails within System.io. So there is one way to send emails here under emails. There are newsletters and there are campaigns. I just kind of want to break this down before we dive deep into the automations. A newsletter you want to think of, it's just like a one-off. I'm sending you something right now. I'm drafting the email right now for next month, for next week. It's something that I am sending as is. Like, it's not scheduled per se. It's not, well, let me say, you can schedule it, but it's not automated. It's not an email that you're going to send out based off of an action or based off a delay. Now, a campaign on the other end can be more of I've scheduled it and there is some automation attached to it. We are going to be using the automation workflows because again, and we're going to be using campaigns, and it will make sense to you. Now that I'm thinking about it, it would have been cool for me to have like a visual element to kind of explain what it is that I'm doing, and I might make one and post it in the community later. But essentially, we're going to, okay, yep. This is the visual, right? We're going to have people sign up for a freebie. We're going to send the freebie. When they get the freebie, the way that I have my funnel set up is as soon as they click download. So actually, let me back up and show you that so that you can follow. Okay. So we're going to view this funnel step. This is where someone is taken to sign up to download this guide. As soon as someone clicks on this download now button, they're going to come to my DWA bundle order form page. This is information about the course and what they're going to receive, testimonials, FAQs, etc., etc., etc. Right? When they order here, what I have set up is that they're going to get if they enroll, the contact is going to get a tag of DWA buyer. And then once they have enrolled, once they click enroll, they will go to the thank you page. Okay. So in order, let me see, let's go back to this workflow. So they've come to this page. They click download, right? They're going to be refreshed to the order form page, but they're also going to receive an email with the guide. Let's see, choose and edit. Okay, this is your free guide. Here's the download, etc., etc. Now remember, they're going to automatically be taken to the order form. And remember, I told you if they enroll, they're going to get a DWA buyer tag. So what I've done here, there are 3 things you can do within your workflow. Again, I'm going to show you how to do all of this. I'm just breaking it down before we get into it. You can put an action, you can select a decision, or you can select the delay. Okay. So what we've done is we've put in the decision where we split the path based off of a person's segment criteria. And we're saying, did this person join? Did this person enroll? Yes, then let's send them a welcome email. No, then we're going to wait one day and then we're going to send them email one. Again, I don't know. I think I copied and pasted this from somewhere else. I don't know what that says. We're not going to be using this. We're not going to edit that. We're just going to start fresh. Again, I'm just trying to, at this point, explain to you what this process is and what we are about to be setting up. Okay, so they get email number one. Then we're going to ask it again. Did they purchase after email one? Yes. Send them the email welcome. No. Wait another day. Send them another email. Same thing. Did they join? Send them a welcome. No. Wait another day. Send them another email. All the way until this workflow is over. And what I have not done here that I will do on the one that we create is if after 7 days they still do not have the DWA buyer, they still have not enrolled with us, what we're going to do is we're going to add them to a campaign. This is why I was saying that we're going to be using campaigns in automation workflows. And so I have a DWA campaign created. And it starts with the discover your potential, something. Now, I did get these, or I did not get these, but I did create these based off of the inspiration from the email template packet that I have. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments and I can send you a link to purchase those. Let me just check. Actually, it might be on my digital store. Okay. Yep. Lazy Girl templates, 102 pre-written emails and 100 subject line ideas. So if that's something that you're interested in, that is there for you and you can do the same thing. So although there is a delay here, notice that there's no decision. This is just these right here. This is just us nurturing our email list. So the people who make it to our campaign, this is what we're doing, day in, day out, week to week. We are constantly sending information to our audience to let them know, like, new things, what's coming up, sales that we might have, bonuses, limited time bonuses, and just, updates on what's happening with us within this company. This is where we do this through the campaigns and or through newsletters. So like I said, in campaigns, you can kind of set these up, you can schedule them and they're just going to run. A newsletter is more so like there's something new. I want to send a Black Friday blast. All of my products are $20. Then you're going to do that as a newsletter. You don't necessarily need to create a campaign for that because it's just going to be like a one-off thing that's going to come. And you want your campaign to keep running. So your newsletter, let's say your Black Friday newsletter, is going to come in addition to whatever campaign emails you already have scheduled to send to them. I hope that makes sense. Now, the last thing I want to show you before we dive in that you might have a question on is like, okay, how does, let me see. Okay, no, never mind. I was going to put a rule in because rules are another way that you can do some things based off of triggers and actions. So I'll just show you really quickly, like if you click on like, what's the trigger? And then, so let's see, we can say they were added to this tag because they bought the course. Now what action? Then we're going to go ahead and add them to our pipeline and we're going to say sale conversion, right? They go into, so this is going to allow us to move people through our CRM sales pipelines automatically once we have all of these set up as well. One thing I will say, if you are using the free version of system.io, which I am still at this point, you are limited to how many like tags you have, how many workflows you have, how many campaigns and newsletters. So just make sure that you are mindful of that. You're limited to the number of sales funnel steps. So if you ever get to the point where you are trying to add more tags and you're like, what's happening, then if you're on a free account, it may be time for you to upgrade. So you see you only get one email campaign. And so I've created a workflow, but remember it's not active, which is why it's saying that I only have 0. Let me see why. Oh, okay. I'm actually going to, I didn't think this was, it may be active, which is why it's showing. That's fine. What we are going to do now is we are going to create this workflow automation. We'll call it not the same thing, but something similar. Okay. Once we've created it, we're going to click on it and it's going to say create your first trigger. So you kind of have the same options that we saw before. You're going to have some that are, what do I want to say, significant to your pages versus what we saw at the automation rules. So we're going to click on the funnel form subscribed. We're going to go to the Digital Wealth Academy and we're going to click how to make your first 1K. So what this means is that this occurs when the content has just subscribed to a form. I have this funnel, this page, create. Now, what are we going to do next? We are going to do action. We are going to send an email. What I like about this is once you have created an email, the template for it kind of stays in the system. So for your free guide, I don't have to type it in there. It's already in there. And so I'll say choose and edit because now we're going to, let me see, come over here and drop our ChatGPT email. Let me see. Your guide is here. Start. Da, 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 da. Okay, that was okay. I think I like this first one. So we could, I'm selecting and copying. We could change the subject, which I'm probably not. If we wanted to use this preview text, we could select that. Okay. I definitely don't like this a welcome aboard. So you're going to want to edit it so that it sounds like it's coming from your voice, right? Okay, so it says hi first name. We're going to delete that. And we're going to add this personalization substitute that System.io gives us and put it here instead. So now it's going to actually pull in that person's first name. Okay. So we'll save. And now we have that here. So I'm not going to go through each of those emails and paste them all here. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to show you how you would set that up. So we sent them the guide, and now remember we're wanting to create a decision. Did they get tags with DWA buyer? Yes. Then we're going to send an email. Which email are we going to send? We're going to send them the Welcome to Digital Wealth Academy. We're just going to choose that. Why? Let me see. Why is it not showing? Oh, okay. So it did it. I just didn't see it. Okay. If they did not, then we're going to wait one day. Oh my goodness. I don't know why this computer is doing that. And then we're going to send another email. I don't see it, so let's create a new one. And let's say email number 2. What that does, we'll save it. Okay. And now we're going to do the same thing. Once they get this email 2, we're going to split it again. And we're going to say, did they buy it this time? Yes. Send email. No. going to do another delay. And then we're going to send another email. And we're just going to compare. Let me see. Okay. That's right. I'm going to create another one. We are just going to repeat this process until we have all of the emails in here. And then at the very end, so what's going to happen is once we send this, welcome to Digital Wealth Academy. Well, actually, yeah, once we send the Digital Wealth Academy and we have no more steps here, then it's going to stop, which is, I would say, on one hand, it's what we want to happen. On another hand, it's not. So on the one hand, we don't want these emails that are still selling the course to be sent to someone who has already purchased it, right? So it's good that they stop receiving these emails. That's why we're only continuing the process on this right side and not under here. Because once they have gotten a welcome email, we want either one of two things to happen. We want them to stop receiving emails from us, or we want to send them a welcome or onboarding email sequence that we create. I honestly think the welcome email is packed with enough information, and when you purchase this particular course, you're also joining a community, and I think from that point, that's where a lot of the communication happens. So honestly, to me, there is not a need for a welcome sequence for this particular business. But depending on the type of business that you have, you might want someone who's joined you, you might want them to get more than just that welcome email. You might want to take them through a complete welcome sequence of things that they need to do in order to really, and you know what, now that I'm thinking through, that could be a good thing for this as well, of like, hey, just now, instead of getting more information about the course, now it's like, hey, did you set this up? Did you watch this module? Check in. Like that could be a really, really great thing to do. So I'm taking notes. This is what I'm going to do to help my customers. So if you purchase BWA with me, then that is what you're going to look forward to receiving. The other thing that we want to make sure that we do, not for anyone that actually enrolls, but let's say they've gone through all 7 emails. We're just going to say 3 right now, right? Because that's where we are. And they still have not gotten, so we'll say decision. Did they get this tag? They still did not get the DWA tag, which means they did not join us. What we want to do at this point is, instead of sending an email, another email, we can still do the delay. We can still wait a day. We can even wait 7 days, right? They've just gotten 7 emails from us in 7 days. So we'll wait a week. And let me see, there could be a 1 week. Okay, yeah, no, okay. We'll wait a week. And now, instead of just sending them an email, we will subscribe them to a campaign. So after they have subscribed to our form, they've received the free guide, right? They've waited, the first day they got the second email, the next day they got another email, all, so on and so forth, to the end of our email, like, marketing 7-day sequence, because you want to take the most advantage immediately after someone downloads your freebie. When I say most advantage, like, you want to give them the most information as possible while they are primed and ready. Like, they're telling you that they're interested in this thing. So let me give you as much information as you need in order to make an educated decision on if this is something you want to do now, versus having to wait weeks or months to get this information and then feel like, well, if you had said all of that in 1 week, of course I would have joined you. So you give them 7 days worth of content. They still have not joined for whatever reason, right? So now you're going to subscribe them to the campaign that we have talked about, where are we? Now they're just going to continue to get information from you once a week. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because I know your inbox is full of people's information. They email you every week at least, right? Some people email you every 3 days. I hope you don't think these people are getting on their laptop, their computer, their phones, and sending out these emails. They have these scheduled. These are campaigns that once you have subscribed, you have been rolled up into. They've already been set, and they come at you for the ultimate goal of educating you again, right, with the information you need to make a decision on if their offer is something you want to take advantage of. And so with this, you are able to do the same exact thing. And then, like I said, if you have any one-off things that you need to update someone about, you can do that through the newsletters. So y'all know I like to keep these videos, tutorials around 30 minutes. This was a lot of information, I'm aware. So we did go a little over today, but this is how you set up that workflow. So Safaria, I hope that this was exactly what you wanted. Again, anybody watching know, yes, that I did this specifically around DWA, but you can implement these things for any business that you have. I have, like I said, completely adopted System.io for all the things that I'm doing. So I am not just utilizing it for DWA, and it's why I am actually probably about to upgrade soon so that I can have more access to tags and more workflows and things like that. But it's going to be so worth it. So, again, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope it answers your question. If not, please drop the questions, the additional questions that you have. If this is something you guys would like to do in maybe like a workshop format where we get together for a couple of hours of the day and you are doing this for your particular business, but you want me there to be able to lead and guide and answer questions along the way, I would love to help you do something like that. So drop that in the comment if that's something that you are interested in or would like to take advantage of. And, as I've said, if you have not heard about System.io's new digital store, free digital store, and how this question even came about as a response of me showing how you can connect the digital store to your funnels, then go ahead and watch those videos, and I will see you guys in the next video.